president of school, perhaps in English. It was at an event, there's a national risk assessment that second round that the school is coordinating, which is interesting. And by the way, good afternoon, everybody. It's actually very interesting because when you talk about risk assessment, it's about, look, I hear that self-assessment. So it's a question of if someone is assessing you, what is he going to find out? So is it going to be something that is going to make him trust you? Or is it going to be something that is going to make him not trust you at all? Is it going to be something that if the person trusted you before, is now going to make the person not even bother to trust you again?
But as civil society organizations, we have people coming from all kinds of backgrounds. All right? So you then need to be careful. All right? Respecting people's context. For instance, I made a presentation somewhere a year or plus ago at a transport Hilton. So a woman from the north, popular woman, I don't want to mention her, as one of the biggest organizations, CSOs in the country, came to me, to say, oh, that conversation you had was a good one and was talking. So as she came, I said, Harry, well done. I stretched my hand, but she still had her hand like this here,
Now the issue is actually highly contextual, and we must put that context into play. Now, one of the things that we need to bear in mind is that human existence is about social interaction, social cohesion. It's about creating safe space for everybody. Now, when it comes to the issue of harassment, abuse is highly contextual. Yes. What might be an abuse to somebody A, to a lady A, might not be an abuse to lady B. Yes. And it might not be an abuse. What A and B see as free might actually be an harassment to lady C.
No, we have to be careful because what we are doing here is not just an academic exercise that at the end of the day we adopt that is very difficult for us to practice. There is a reason for this. It's an agenda setting to come up with a code of conduct, isn't it? Now, when we say global standard, you just made mention of your church now. Last week I told you that I was out of the country and I had a very awkward experience. There's a civil society lady I met in the program, right? Civil society. And when we conveyed the following day, when we saw, we greeting and everything, she's the one that shook me and planted a kiss on my neck. I cringed like this because I've never experienced that.
That is what is global. All right. You yourself have also responded. You cringed when she did that, because that's not what you understand. All right. You cringed. Why did you cringe? But it seems to me like you were enjoying it.
From EGLAI, that's Equal-Based Development Initiative in Jos, Plateau State. Now, this is an organization for people with disability. I don't know where it has been captured there, but I bet it's not. Let's shine into our document. Ms. Patricia Palm is a person with disability. And you see her, passion comes over you, pity. Of course, that word we don't use pity. Maybe when you just want to feel like give her a help. You don't just come to wheelchair, it's because she's on wheelchair now. You don't come in haste to touch her, we don't touch her wheelchair. Touching her wheelchair is like touching her body. That's sexual harassment already. And with the present bill and law against harassment of person with disability, you are touching her body indiscriminately because you didn't ask for permission. Because you feel like, okay, she's a person with wheelchair, okay, let me help her, she wants to fall out. No, ask her for permission first. can I help you and how can I help you? Then she will tell you the nitty-gritty. Hold here, don't touch here. Going straight up because of beats, she's on wheelchair, you want to help her, is sexual harassment.
Good afternoon, all. When it comes to sexual harassment, most times, assumption, we assume. Assumption is key. Like if you can remember, those of us that are not too young, if you can remember why Mike Tyson was jailed.
Yes.
If you remember that story, it was Desire Washington who went to his room around 2 a.m. She knocked, he opened the door, she came in, and they had whatever that they were having. But yet, he was jailed for rape. He was convicted for rape. Why? Because Washington said, yes, they had, because at that time, according to her story, she said at that time, when he made emphasis that she cannot say no because she can't run out, and at the end of the story is that she did not say yes, that she kept silent, and he now said she did not resist. But in Nigerian context, even your mother,
We say, what did you go to look for them?
2 a.m. in the night, 2 a.m. you went to his room, you knocked, you entered, then at the end of the day you had sex, he had sex with you. Even your father will say, what were you doing there? Yes. So like most times it's assumption. It's assumption. You shouldn't just assume, whether you're a man or you're a woman, don't just assume that this thing is right.
Don't touch, the PWD's wheelchair without the PWD's consent. I'm learning that myself right now, and I think it's important to make that point. That you made that point.
I think intent and purpose is key. For instance, if you are doing something to save a life, under African culture, you are helping and you are saving a life. Even if we are generalizing, we must put it in context and perspective. Because even in the so-called world, we heard of recent judgment where somebody saved somebody that wants to commit suicide and he sued him. The judge gave judgment in respect of that person. So I think intent and purpose is key. And then secondly, the new VAB law, violence against person prohibition. There are certain clarity that must not take place. If you make yourself vulnerable, even you yourself under the law can be punished.
Maybe somebody have just done something I don't really like that. I think it's just better to say, please, I don't like this in case of next time. Let's start teaching these children because they are keeping quiet, gives the opportunity. If you come to shame me like this and I don't like it and I still shall keep quiet, next time you could be because you feel that I was okay with it the first time. I'm a very jovial people who know me for that. But I have boundaries and people know that. So once you do something, I tell you, please, don't do it next time. And that's one thing I teach every other person. Let them speak out and start talking and not keeping things. Even in offices, even if your boss comes to you and even the first day, go to your boss, the first day he does it. Please, with due respect, go to the person and say, sir, I really don't like the way you looked at me. I really don't like the way you looked at me. Because if you don't speak out, they will do it the next time. Do it and it comes, and by the time you keep holding everything, at the end of it, that's when you now see somebody now start saying, I'm sexually harassed.
Harassment. There's power dynamics attached to it. Usually somebody that does not have power over you will hardly be able to harass you. So when we say, speak out, tell the person, I don't like it. Imagine if your overall boss in the office stretches his hands to you and he shakes you for longer than normal. How easy is it for you to open up and say, okay, I don't like it? He has power, this is somebody that has the power to hire or fire you. How easy does it become for you to speak out in such a situation? So the issue of harassment is beyond what we are saying. It's not as if I don't want it, so I will tell you I don't want it. Most times you cannot say you don't want it, and that's why it is called harassment.
So my colleagues have said
in respect to whether you want it or you don't want it, most times you don't get evidence. Because I've been in a situation whereby I went to human rights and they were asking me where is your evidence. The first thing I told the lawyer is, am I going to start when the person is holding me or I should be fighting for myself? And most times we see cases where female lawyers don't even start with a female. They are the one pressuring you, they are the one making you feel as if doubting yourself. These are also issues in the civil space. Another thing I have witnessed again is that evidence is a problem. Most times you can't be taking pictures. Most times when these actions are going on, the issue of taking pictures will never come to your mind. So how do you handle such situations in a civil space? Then sorry to say, I don't agree with you that somebody that is above you can take advantage of you. Even someone that is your counterpart can also take advantage of you. Thank you.
We brought up this conversation. And there were two codes that were highlighted, which is harassment and sexual abuse. And if we want to put to the show of hand, how many of us have a safeguarding policy in our organization? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we already have a problem with that. And what does this mean? If these policies are in place, even if it is one person that is giving that safe space to come and report, it says that the detriment to every other person that intends to do it. That way, all of the misconceptions that we have, he touched me here, he spoke to me rudely, he touched my butt, she used derogatory terms for me, or whatsoever, will begin to take place in people's head. We know the challenges, we know that there are a lot of issues, evidence, the system.
Udoh is my name. I'm the project manager for the Civil Society Strengthening Bridge project. We call it EU CSO Bridge for short. It is implemented by International IDEA. That is the long name is International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance. And it is funded by the European Union. So we support the enabling environment for CSOs, as well as helping them to enhance their credibility. So which is why we are going around the country to train CSOs on different self-regulation modalities. And so it is the turn for North Central now, which is why we are here. We have all the CSOs from the North Central states that are here present that we are supporting, that is Ethics and Good Leadership Awareness Initiative, EGLAI for short.
My name is Udoh Udoh, with the Network for Peace and Inclusive Development. We are here in Abuja for a 2-day workshop on scaling the adoption of civil society self-regulation for subnational networks in North Central region of Nigeria. This workshop was convened by Leadership and Awareness Initiative, EGLAI, which is serving as the central coordinating body for the self-regulation network under this platform. Our coming is to strengthen the capacity of civil society on self-regulation. I happen to be the coordinator of Niger State, and alongside me, other 6 civil society organizations from Niger State were able to participate in this capacity strengthening.
My name is Samuel Saidu Isa of the Community Action for Popular Participation, Niger State. I'm in Abuja as a participant in this capacity building training on CSO regulation, or self-regulation rather. And since yesterday, I think it has been very, very enriching that CSOs that at least had the privilege of attending have now understood better why there's a need for self-regulation, so that partners and of course even stakeholders out there, we have more confidence in whatever we do, so that at the end of the day we'll be better off. It is better for yourself to regulate yourself, and before you get out into the field here to do anything. And I think that is one good takeaway we have here. Our knowledge has also been broadened to understand the entire ecosystem of CSO operations in Nigeria, who belongs to the CSO family, who does not belong. And I think By implication, our knowledge has been broadened. We now understand that even cooperative societies are part of this ecosystem. And by and large, I think that is what EGLAI has been able to do for us this time around for this training in Abuja.